Hi everyone. Sorry it's been a while since I made a regular video. I've been so busy just doing my weight loss updates, but I had something on my mind I wanted to talk about, and I just wondered if anyone else could understand what I'm going through. So I just wanted to talk about it for a few minutes. I always try to pride myself on being a really friendly person. I can really sense when someone feels out of place and feels like they don't really have anyone. And I think because I grew up with so much pain, I always wanted to try to be there for people because I always felt like people were leaving my life all the time. So I always try to be everything to everyone, which is actually the name of a song from a group called Everclear that I really liked and I really could respond to. Um, and it was just something that really held near and dear to my heart. Well, I recently had to end a friendship, and it's really been weighing heavy on my mind. I basically couldn't even do it myself. I enlisted Mike to help me, and I'm feeling sorts of guilt for it. Let me explain. There's a woman I know, and she's different, and I always seem to gravitate to people that are different, that stand out. I feel like people like that are the spark in life. They're the ones that stand out. Life can be pretty vanilla, so you want to look for people that are different and march to the beat of their own drum. I always admire that in people, and I can really relate to people like that. So I noticed pretty much from the get go, that our friendship was sort of one sided, that I was always going to be more of the giver and not get as much as I gave. But I was okay with that because I could tell this person was in pain and had a lot on her plate. And I just wanted to be there for her. I knew she suffered with a lot of loss and she didn't have people that were really opening up to her. So I wanted to be that one person to make the difference. But it always seemed like our friendship was more one-sided, and she became very smothering. Um, when we spent time together, she was very resentful if any of my other friends came around, if anyone pretty much interrupted our time together. And she only really spent time with me when I was at work. And people always noticed that I was getting a flashing on my phone, so I was just looking down. People at work noticed that she was different, and they would always tell me, "Boy, you're a saint for dealing with her. I don't know how you deal with her." And instead of like heeding their warnings, I would kind of laugh it off, and it made me feel even worse for her. So I really didn't want to abandon her. And I found myself more and more every day defending my friendship with her and defending her actions. But it got too much. It was all consuming. I always had to be there, and she was always repeating herself and her problems, the same problems over and over. And it felt like a broken record. I always try to interject some words of wisdom and try to get her to look at the bright side of things. But Mike told me that some people just enjoy misery. And he was right. But I always never wanted to give up on her. I always wanted to pray for her and encourage her to look at the brighter side of life, to let her know that, hey, what you're going through isn't so bad. There's people out there that are going through much worse things, and to just be grateful for the things you have. But it always felt like my advice always fell on deaf ears. So I just tolerated it. Well, recently my health has taken a turn for the worse, and Mike has been coming to work with me to help me. And he's had to work and come and see her when she comes to visit me. And she doesn't just visit me every once in a while at work. She visits me on every day I'm there. Every one of my shifts, she's there. I want to tell her that it's too much and that I just need a little privacy. Sometimes I just want to go to work to get away and just do my thing. But I never had the heart. I always put her feelings over mine. So I never really said anything. Well, she ended up crossing the line and saying something very rude to Mike. And Mike is so different than me. He's a no nonsense kind of person. When somebody steps out of line, he has absolutely no problem and telling them, look, you crossed the line and here's what you did. Well, they exchanged some words and it snowballed into this huge thing. And it made me feel like I was in the middle, even though I wanted to side with Mike. And I did side with Mike. He hit every right note in the situation. I still felt myself feeling so bad for Sharon because I knew how much it would hurt her. But it had to be said. So I basically told her, it's not that I don't want to be your friend. I just need some time away. And she took it horribly. She pretty much told me that I picked him over her and that if I didn't want to be her friend, it was my loss, not hers. And she left dejected. And I'm feeling very upset because I know she's upset. And I'm one of those people that always want people to get along. But I realized it was done for the best. As my health is decreasing, I need more time to focus on what's best for me, body, mind, and soul. But this didn't have a happy ending. And I have to deal with that. And it's a little difficult for me. I like things to run smoothly, but I know life doesn't come with a script. You have to take the good times with the bad times. So that's been leaving me sort of feeling a sort of way. We didn't do anything to offend her. We had to speak up. But I feel like I created a monster because instead of telling her, look, this was too much, I was way too passive. And I feel like I created a monster. And now I feel regret. I just wanted to know, do you think I was in the wrong, guys? Can any of you relate to that? That's what's been on my mind. So I just wanted to make a little video and talk about that, and just wanted to get some comments and see if you guys can relate to any of that. I'm also having to deal with the fact that I'm deciding that I'm going to give my 2 weeks notice to work. It's just too painful for me to have a physical job. And it's making me feel like I'm quitting. And I just hate feeling like a quitter. But I know I have to put my health first. So I'm having a hard time dealing with that too. But I'm going to put my faith in God like I always do. And just trust the process. Trust that God will get me out of the situation. I'm going to miss my job. But I know that's what's best for me right now. I can barely move when I get home. And something has to change, and I have to be the one to do it. I have to take responsibility. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I'm still staying on my diet. I'm still enjoying making videos for you guys. But I just wanted to leave a little video and tell you what's been on my mind lately. I do hope this video finds you well. And I'd love to hear any comments or any information or advice you could give. And until I talk to you next time, you take care. Bye.